Welcome to Series 3, Episode 9 of Doctor Who. Let's get into it.
Time Lord.
Would you really pull the trigger? He looks too scared.
Scared and holding a gun's a good combination. Do you want to risk it? Doctor, get everyone out. There's a door at the side.
Don't argue, Mr. Jackson. They're mad. That's all we need to know. Susan, Miss Cooper, outside, all of you.
Yeah, why would anybody hesitate? The second I got the opportunity to run, I would.
Mr. Smith, I think you should escort your lady friend to safety, don't you?
Wow. Wow.
Latimer, get back to the school. Tell the headmaster.
Don't touch me. You're as bad as them.
Don't just stand there, move! God, the rubbish is a human. Come on!
I mean, yeah, kind of.
Follow the maid's scent. Go to the west. Find out what she was keeping secret.
Soldiers!
Shit.
As for you, mother of mine, let's go to school.
I feel like he should have played Tom Riddle. Actually, he reminds me a lot of, like, the teenage Tom, like, not the one in Chamber of Secrets, shit, the one in the other one with, oh my god, I'm blanking right now. The one where we find out about Horcruxes when we do the flashback.
Sister of mine, you're such a small little thing. Find a way in and spy on them.
The music. That was a nice touch.
What makes you think the danger's coming here?
What's that? They said,
Baines threatened Mr. Smith, sir.
Mr. Phillips, with me. We shall investigate.
No, but it's not safe out there.
Mr. Smith, it seems your favourite servant is giving me advice. You will control her, sir.
She should punch someone. I don't know how she's doing this.
the time is not right. Not yet. Not while the family is abroad. Danger.
Okay. What was that?
Baines, and one of the cleaning staff. There's always a woman involved. Am I to gather that some practical joke has got out of hand?
Headmaster, sir. Good evening, sir.
No, that's not what you're together.
You speak with someone else's voice, Baines. Who might that be?
We are the family of blood.
Oh, okay. They're the family of blood.
I fought with the butt of my rifle when the bullets ran out, and I would go back there tomorrow for king and country.
Etc., etc. Run along
He didn't do anything.
and send us Mr. Smith!
Yeah, now do you still think it's a practical joke gone wrong?
Soldiers!
How many are there? Too many. But to be fair, one is too many, so.
Ashington, we need water for the vicar's gun. See to it. Faster. All of you, faster.
You're going to need fire for them. That's like the only way you're going to be able to stop them. There's actually not that many. Just kidding. Just kidding. That was only one group of them. Shit.
The man you called John Smith, he was born on another world.
A different species?
Yeah.
Then tell me in this fairy tale, who are you?
Just a friend. You haven't got a rival, as much as I might. Just his friend.
And human, I take it?
And more than that, I don't just follow him around. I'm training to be a doctor. Not an alien doctor, a proper doctor, a doctor
Yeah.
of medicine.
Well, that certainly is nonsense. Women might train to be doctors, but hardly this skivvy and hardly one of your colour.
Oh, do you think? Then the metacarpal bones extending in 3 distinct phalanges, proximal, middle, distal.
Well, you read that in a book.
Yes, to pass my exams.
Those boys are going to fight. I might not be a doctor, but I'm still their nurse.
I mean, I get it's a different time, but...
Tell me about Nottingham.
Sorry?
That's where you were brought up.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be where he's from.
Well, it lies on the River Leen.
No, she wants personal details.
When you were a child, where did you play? All those secret little places. The dens and hideaways that only a child knows. Tell me, John, please tell me.
But this doctor sounds like some romantic lost prince. Will you run with that? Am I not enough?
No, that's not true. Never.
It's not what she means.
John Smith wouldn't want them to fight. He knows it's wrong.
What choice do I have?
This is so weird, seeing him like this.
Maybe I was given this watch so I could help. Sorry.
Lie to me, you filthy coward!
Oh, yes, sir, every time. Beware of what? You're still in the shape of a girl. How strong is she, do you think? Does she really want to see this?
Time Lord!
Inside the device.
Everything he is concealed away in the hands of a school.
Oh, shit.
But now we know that's all we need to find, the boy and the watch. What are we waiting for?
Damn it. I want to see what his eyes like really look like. Surely they're not that wide all the time. And if they're not, did he have to keep like a bottle of Visine on hand? Because, good Lord. Say, if anything, go for the legs, because at least then they can't walk. At least they're not killing people. That would be so awful. I mean, I realize they do a year later, but...
Don't go near her.
You were told to be quiet.
Just listen to me. She's part of it.
Mr. Smith, I have seen many strange sights this night, but there is no cause on God's earth that would allow me to see this child in the field of battle, sir. Come with me.
You're funny.
That's right. Now, take my hand.
So funny.
The balloon changed hands.
Well, go on then. Run!
Did you say reanimate? Or was that somebody else yelling something else? No, okay, reanimate. All right.
Doctor!
Oh shit, how? How did they get the TARDIS there?
I've never seen it in my life.
I'm sorry, John, but you wrote about it. The blue box.
I'm John Smith. That's all I want to be. John Smith. With his life and his job.
One more phase and we won't have to hunt. The doctor, Mr. Smith, the boy, the watch, they will come to us.
What's the next phase then?
Martha, there must be something we can do.
Not about the watch.
You're this doctor's companion. Can't you help? What exactly
She told
do
you
you do for him?
how she can help.
Because he's lonely.
And that's what you want me to become.
Wow, that's a fair point. Yeah, why would he want to go back to that? That's not an argument for doing it. Like,
I brought you this. It told me to find you. It wants to be held.
We've had this watch all this time. Why didn't you return it?
Because I was so scared of the doctor.
Why?
He's like fire and ice and rage. He's like the night and the storm and the heart of the sun. Stop it. He's ancient and forever. He burns at the center of time and he can see the turn of the universe.
Stop it! I said stop it.
I love this description.
What the hell?
This'll flush him out. This'll do it.
They're destroying the village.
Why did he speak to me?
Oh, low-level telepathic fields. You were born with it. Just an extra synaptic engram causing... Is that how he talks?
Yeah.
You knew this all along, and yet you watched while Nurse Redfern and I...
He gave me a list of things to watch out for, but that wasn't included.
Falling in love? That didn't even occur to him.
Nope.
No.
Then what sort of man is that?
He's just everything to me, and he doesn't even look at me, but I don't care. Because I love him to bits. And I hope to God he won't remember me saying this.
I was going to say, I wonder if he'll remember this.
Those creatures would live forever. To breed and conquer war across the stars. Martha, Timothy, leave us alone, please.
I'm just thinking about like all the people dying in the village during all of this.
He won't love you.
If he's not you, then I don't want him to. Blasted thing. Can't even hear it. It says nothing to me. The Time Lord has such adventures, but he could never have a life like that.
Just stop the bombardment. I don't care about this doctor and your family. I just want you to go. You can have him.
Don't think that saved your life.
Family of mine.
Did that do something?
It's empty.
Where's it gone?
You tell me.
Oh, I think the explanation might be you've been fooled by a simple olfactory misdirection. You shouldn't have let me press all those buttons. But, in fairness, I will give you one word of advice. Run. Get out!
There's our doctor. Well, they made it out, but will they survive the blast? I don't remember how long we've been here, so like their lifespan's only 3 months or whatever.
That was the worst thing. The fury of the Time Lord. And then we discovered why. Why he'd run away from us and hidden. He was being kind. He wrapped my father in unbreakable chains forged in the heart of a dwarf star. He tricked my mother into the event horizon of a collapsing galaxy, to be imprisoned there forever. He still visits my sister once a year. He trapped her inside a mirror, every mirror. As for me, I was suspended in time as their protector. We wanted to live forever, so the doctor made sure that we did.
Wow.
Parents have come to take the boys home. I should go. They'll have so many questions. I'm not sure what to say.
You said, how are you going to answer them?
Could you change back?
Yes.
Will you?
No.
He was braver than you. In the end, you chose to change. He chose to die.
Come with me.
Sorry.
Travel with me.
It's what?
My companion.
I feel like she won't do this.
We could start again. I'd like that. You and me. We could try at least.
I don't think she's going to. It's interesting that he wants her to, though.
If the doctor had never visited us, if it never chosen this place, would anyone here have died?
Oh.
You can go.
I have so many thoughts. I feel like I'm never going to remember them all at the end, because there are too many.
Back there last night, I would have said anything to get you to change.
Oh, yeah, of course you would.
I mean, I wasn't really...
No.
Good.
Fine. There we are then, yes. And I never said. Thanks for looking after me.
Doctor! I just wanted to say goodbye. And thank you, because I've seen the future and I now know what must be done. It's coming, isn't it?
What must be done?
You don't have to fight.
I think we do.
You could get hurt.
Well, so could you. Travelling around with him, but it's not going to stop you.
I'd be honoured if you'd take this. It's just a watch now. But keep it with you. For good luck.
Wonder if we'll ever see this little boy again. Or like the character. Like, if the doctor encounters him at some other point in time when he is older.
1 minute past the hour. It's now. Hutchinson, this is the time. It's now. To the right!
Leave me. I'm not gonna make it.
Oh, yes, you are. Didn't I promise you all those years ago? Now, come on, and that's an order!
Oh, so we're getting like all of it now. Not waiting until later. Same episode.
They shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old.
Okay. That was a good two-parter. I liked that one. It was really interesting, really frustrating and infuriating at times. Really sweet at times, really sad. It had all the things. Okay. Let me try and remember the things that I was thinking, especially here at the end. So obviously the doctor remembered everything. And I like that he just kind of like played it off with Martha. He let her, just kind of move past. But then he still like gave her the big hug and thanked her for taking care of him. So that's all nice. It's not like awkward. It doesn't seem like. But he knows. He knows and he seems fine with it. At least, right now. The fact that he asked, I'm already blanking on her name, the nurse. The fact that he asked her to still come, that really, really surprises me. Knowing how Martha felt, knowing how she felt, knowing the life that they could have had together. Well, that was another thought I had. He is lonely. He's very, very lonely. And he saw this other possibility, this other life, and he could have taken it. And he chose not to. He chose to be the doctor instead, which I found really, really interesting. And also that means, he could do this at any time. Like, if he could turn himself back into John Smith now, he could have probably always turned himself into at least a human, maybe something else. So that's interesting to think about as well. But yeah, asking her to come along, that's, I feel like that means something. Like, he basically was kind of saying, like, please come and maybe we'll fall in love again. Because he's still in here, like, basically like, I'm still him. We could start over. Like, there's a lot there. And I wonder, so part of me was almost hoping that he wouldn't remember. Because, how many people died while he was like deciding on what to do and, fighting against it as John Smith? Like, how many people died? Which is what I was thinking anyways, before she made the comment at the end there, the nurse, that the doctor would feel really guilty about that it took him so long to decide and how many people died in the meantime while he was doing that. Now, what I could say is maybe hopefully some of the boys like got to the village and got people out. Like maybe it was evacuated. And maybe they said that and I just don't remember that. But yeah, he would have, if there were people there, he would have to feel guilty about it. And then she said the line of like, if he had never picked that place, like if he had never came there, like, would anybody have died? And they wouldn't have. They just wouldn't have. Oh, so that was kind of a little twist of the knife. And then there was another thought that I just had while I was talking about that, and now it's left my brain. And this is why I normally do the mid-series thoughts. Oh, okay, I remembered it. So the other thing when Tim was describing him, I said it during the reaction, but I loved that description of him. I just think it was like beautifully worded and perfectly suited him. But, there was the talk, rage was brought up. And that kind of also ties in, well, I'll save that. I'll talk about that next. It ties in, that's what I said in the mid-series thoughts video, that I feel like the 9th Doctor was like PTSD Doctor and Guilt Doctor, and 10th Doctor is Rage Doctor. I didn't word it that way, but that's basically what I said. And so it's interesting that was brought up here in this episode. And then I like the twist of, because I kind of want, like when this all started in part 1, and he seemed terrified of these things. And he was like, immediately we have to hide and we have to do this huge drastic thing to get away from these. Like, we're never going to be able to escape them. He doesn't even do that for the Daleks. Like, so I was like, holy cow, like what are we up against here? And thinking that these were just like something he knew he could not beat. And if he couldn't beat them, what the hell are they? Because he's been able to beat everything up to this point for the most part. Sometimes he's had to kind of cut his losses, but he's been able to get away at least. And he didn't even think that was going to be an option here. So I was like, what the hell are we dealing with? And then I loved the twist at the end of him saying like, no, he wasn't running because he was scared. He was running because he was being kind, because he knew that eventually he would have to destroy us. So That I thought that was a really nice touch. And seeing him do all of those crazy things to them, like that's a whole other level of the Doctor that I don't think we've seen so far. It was close to what he was with, what were they, the Rachnos, or however you say it, the spider things, when he like burned her and destroyed the babies or whatever. I feel like that was close to this, but this was kind of like another level up, because that was like in the moment anger and rage and destruction, and this was very deliberate here with this family and the different things that he did to them. Yeah, so it just felt very intense. But this was a good two-parter. I actually would maybe watch this on a rewatch. There were parts that were infuriating, but like knowing how it ends, I would maybe watch this on a rewatch. Not sure though. But it was good. It was good. If this were one episode, I would definitely watch it on a rewatch. But the fact that it's two, maybe not. And I think some of it would lose its impact the second time around, just because it was so shocking seeing him play such a different character in so many different ways, and I didn't like it. I mean, I liked the episodes. I didn't like seeing the Doctor that way. I like our Doctor, not John Smith. There were definitely some things. I didn't like how he treated Martha, just different things that he said and did. So, which I get, like, it's supposed to be a completely different character in a completely different time. It totally fit everything. It's just, I want Doctor. I don't want John Smith. And it's so funny hearing this name because one of my best friends in high school, her dad was actually named John Smith. So like I have known a real human being named that, which is just ridiculous. But anyways, if you're watching this on Patreon, thank you so much for the support. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want to catch up with those on Patreon who got this episode most likely months ago, you can do so by clicking the link in the description below. And by doing that, you also get access to full reactions and watch along style and the Discord server and monthly Zoom calls. And if you want to hang out here on YouTube, that is totally cool. Just make sure you hit the subscribe and notification buttons so you don't miss the next episode when it goes out. And hopefully I'll see you in that one.